Hello everybody, Dr. Mark Hallstrom here from Williams Integral Care Clinic. Here to announce our 40th anniversary. Holy cow, we've been here 40 years, 1981. And the funny thing is, Dr. Williams opened a clinic, Williams Chiropractic Clinic, on the hill here, our little white building, on April 1st. So this is not an April Fool's joke. We've been in the same location for 4 decades now. If you recall, there was a little 2,000 square foot white building on the corner here, which is no longer there. It's our parking lot, but he practiced out of half of that. There was a dentist in that building, and he moved into the whole 2,000 square feet. So now we're in about 6,000 square feet or something like that. So in the early to mid 90s, I'm not quite clear on the date, Dr. Williams had an idea of adding medical to the clinic. And so at some point in the early to mid 90s, they hired a physiatrist, so a medical doctor, and then also eventually physical therapy. At that time, forward thinking, revolutionary. We actually had 2 buildings. They rented the PT, a little condominium space in St. Cloud, and so PT was over there, and the chiropractic remained here at the old building. And then Dr. Tom Kramer was the physiatrist, and so he was probably here for 5 years, maybe something like that, till the mid to late 90s before I became involved with the clinic. So about that time, in the late 90s, I was in residency and kind of moving on. I graduated from my residency program in 2000. Certainly I had no idea of ever working here or even coming back to St. Cloud. I wanted to, I don't know, be in Warroad or someplace like that. But my wife, who is probably the smarter one of us, said that was crazy, and we had 2 kids at the time, and grandparents, both mine and my parents and her parents were here. I was doing a little bit of ER moonlighting in Little Falls and other places, so that was sort of my thing. But we came back to this area, and Dr. Kramer had not been with Integral Care for a while in the late 90s then, and so actually I worked out in Foley with a classmate of mine from residency, so we were both out there for a short time. And actually Brownie was looking for having some medical coverage, so we actually started working here about a half a day a week for him in the late 90s and early 2000 area, just because they hadn't had that medical coverage for a while. And so he wanted to have that back because it makes a difference when it comes to what you're able to do with ordering labs and tests and studies and therapy and things like that. So I basically started here full-time in March of 2001 and started drawing plans to bring that condominium space in St. Cloud and our PT into a new place. That would require more room. We needed more than 2,000 square feet. So we planned and built the current building where we're at, moving into that building in 2002. And it was literally a weekend. We finished construction, bulldozed the old building, paved the parking lot, and opened up Monday morning in our new building in, I think, January of 2002. And so then we integrated the whole practice into chiropractic, physical therapy, and medical. At that time, my nurse, Becky Lindala, she had been a chiropractic assistant. She went back to LPN school. She was my nurse. We basically ordered, we did everything. Lab draws, ordered supplies, everything. So it was myself and her, and we were just the one doc and one nurse show. So in between 2002 and 2021, there's certainly been a lot of changes. For a while, Dr. Tom Salt was another physician here. Carol Brinkman was here as a nurse practitioner. So we've had a lot of people train here, so to speak. They've gone through school for, I think Carol was a nurse practitioner student as an RN. She went back to school. John Shear, who was one of our next nurse practitioners, also did some schooling here. And so we've sort of had our medical side expand, and we've been fortunate to have good people that we sort of know and have had extended contact with end up wanting to work here and being able to fit in. So they've been students as nurse practitioners or we've known somebody within our office, so we kind of have had that luxury. We have really good employees and great providers, and that has been, I think, the stronghold of our practice. I want to thank the founding provider, Dr. Williams. He unfortunately passed away of liver cancer almost 2 years ago now, and so his focus, his efforts, his vision has obviously been very influential in where we're at today. We have such a fantastic group of forward thinkers and providers here that for the next 40 years we hope to just keep advancing and trying to really focus on the health and longevity of our patients. Dr. Williams, I think if he was here today, would be very happy with the progress. In fact, I had many discussions with him in his final days about kind of his thoughts on the future. And so those discussions still are in my head and kind of shape my mindset as we go forward. We would not be here without patients, without all of our patients, many, many thousands of them. And so we thank you very much for your support over the years. As our clinic has changed, we hope that our changes only serve our patients in this community better. And so really look forward to the next year, the next 5 years, the next 10 years, because our foundation is solid and our vision is just, to me, so exciting. I think about where I see us going and where I see things, how I see things changing in medicine, and to me it just is super exciting. So hope to continue to serve this community and beyond for the next 4 decades.